Nope. Welcome back, everybody. We're still at Tech. This is our first Athens show, everybody. Check it out. First Athens show, all right? Yeah, it's like an hour and a half drive. I'm leaving now because I want to beat traffic and shit, but, like, it's still going to be a long drive. Parked here in this parking lot. I hope I don't get towed. I pay it and shit, so... What was it? East Broad Street and Thomas something. But yeah.
One time. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Through midday traffic and I called on some folks I truly love it. Hold on, I'm gonna race. Never thought I'd say it, but it's hard to hear the. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Alright, it's free skate. It's couple skate.
I had to dip early. Dude, this motherfucker. Hold on, let me flip the camera. It was, he had 8 more songs. Man, it was 11:30. He had 6 more by the time that I left, but, like, I'd love to stay until, like, 12:30, midnight. But I have class at 8 a.m. and I have an hour and a half drive home. So, like, you know, midnight, I'm gonna be home 1:30. I gotta record this shit. I don't know if I'm gonna even record it tonight. Because, low-key, I kind of just want to go to bed. Oh, Cowboy Bebop! Hold on, check it out, guys. I'm watching that shit right now. I'm like episode 15. There she is. The good old Beanie-mobile. Alright, in front of Truist fucking Bank, Broad Drive, or whatever the fuck. Let me get in my car. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a day. I decided to not go to that class, and I woke up at 11. So everything has been happening. Of course, I'm pibbed up. Keep that thing on me. So we went to Jeff Rosenstock. We went to go see Jeff Rosenstock. That was the first Athens show. I hope this doesn't shake or anything. Because, dude, it's getting hot again. I'm gonna say that it's getting hot again. What is it? What's the date? Like February 25th, some shit like that. No, 26th. February 26th. It's February, dude, and it's 70 fucking degrees, and like, it's insane because 2025 was the first year that we had snow in Georgia since like 2018 or some shit, right? It's been a minute. Like, it's so cold that it's snowing. It snowed twice, at least in Atlanta, and now it's a month later and it's 70 degrees. We went from like 18 degrees to 70 within a month. It's insane. Like, typically in February, it's the coldest fucking month in Georgia. And now it's just 70. Like, what? Anyways, it's really hot now. So I had to switch up my location. I came to a parking deck. And the way I like doing my reviews is I like write shit in my memos on my phone, transfer it to Google Docs. Issue is I didn't have internet here. And so I was just doing so much shit to get that onto the notes. The Google Docs. I had to drive around like 3 fucking times to get internet. But anyways, yeah. So we went to go see Jeff Rosenstock. First Athens show. Let me tell you something. The drive was dog shit. It was absolute fucking dog shit. So I'm in Midtown, right? I'm like right off of 10th Street, right? Because like Tech is like kind of bounded by 10th Street, and then you got North Avenue, and then on the left side is Northside Drive, right? I was like, okay, I drive on the interstates a lot. To get home, like my home, I go I-75 and then get onto I-20. And then to get to work, you know, when I'm working in Gwinnett County as like my internship, I go I-75, then I-85, and so I know I-85 a lot. I know I-75 as well. Let me tell you, with the time I was leaving on Tuesday, which was like 3 p.m., I planned on leaving at 5, but then I was like, holy shit, am I really going to leave at 5? Because that's when traffic's going to be it's just going to be the worst. So I was like, okay, let me leave at 3. And I'm like, okay, well, it's still going to be kind of bad. Is there a way for me to get around I-70, or, yeah, I-85... Yeah. Is there a way for me to get around I-75 and just get right onto I-85? No. I drove around for like 20 minutes trying to like, I guess, get Apple Maps to like readjust. It was not doing it. Just ended up, you know, going straight through that fucking hell. And then once you got onto I-85, it's chill. Until you got to Duluth area, you know, Gwinnett County, Norcross. And then from there, I know how to get around that. But yeah, it was like a 2-hour drive. That shit was ass. No, it was more like a 2.5-hour drive. That shit was so ass, dude. If I'm ever going to an Athens concert again, I'm not leaving in like the worst times for Atlanta traffic, which is like anywhere between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Like that's just ass. It's more like 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. If I'm going to an Athens show ever again, I better be in Athens there already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that shit was ass. It was a 2.5-hour drive to Athens. And then, granted, take into account, the night before, the fire alarm in like our apartment went off at 1:30 in the morning. So at 1:30, I was asleep for like an hour. 1:30 in the morning, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I'm just hearing the alarm really loud. This only happened a handful of times to me before. But, you know, I go outside. We're in the freezing cold at 1:30 in the morning in February. And then go back to bed. I have 8 a.m.s every fucking day. So I had like 5 hours of sleep that day. And that day was the day I had to drive. So off of 5 hours of sleep, I had 5 hours to drive. Or more like 4.5 hours. But you get my point. that drive was ass. That shit was so ass, dude. I was losing my mind at the end of it. But yeah, because like driving 5 hours in a day is not fun when you have 5 hours of sleep. Your mood is just kind of fucked. But yeah, so we finally get there. So now let's talk about Athens. Yeah, Athens was interesting. This is not my first time in Athens, but it's my first show in Athens. I know Athens is like really, really big on like rock, anything like, I mean, no disrespect, but anything like white people listen to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, rock, punk rock, anything like that. And so it's interesting because, by the way, I'm reading off my notes. I keep on looking down. I'm reading off my notes. It's interesting because there were so many fucking bars, dude. Like, I've heard the like statistic that like Athens like has the most bars in its like city or whatever. You could not walk more than like 50 feet without seeing another bar. There were 3 bars right next to each other. That's crazy. But yeah, it was interesting because had I not gone to Tech, I would have gone to UGA. Like, Athens is interesting because it doesn't feel like I know it's a city, but it really isn't a city in my opinion. It felt like just like a really big town. That's what it felt like a really big college town. So yeah, I get there, I park there, and I hadn't eaten food yet, and I was like, damn, I'm trying to get some food. So I just walk around. So many fucking bars. There's so many students too, like intermixed with the, you know, just the general population as well. It was interesting. You know, but I just like Atlanta more in general. One, the city, and 2, Tech's campus as well. Even though I didn't really go onto UGA campus, but whatever. So yeah, I get some food, and then I head to the concert, basically, the venue, 40 Watt Club. Yeah, 40 Watt Club is an interesting venue. From the outside, if you guys have ever been to the Tabernacle, or not Tabernacle, Variety Playhouse, right? We saw Mark Riviere there. If you've ever been to Variety Playhouse in like Little 5 Points in Atlanta, like from the outside, that's what it looks like. Like the sign is the same and everything. But as soon as you get inside, it is not at all Variety Playhouse. It's more like a Star Community Bar, but bigger. And more venue-like, because Star Community Bar is literally a bar and there's a fucking tiny stage. We went to go see Belushi Speedball at Star Community Bar, which is by Little 5 Points as well, and like literally across the street from Variety Playhouse. But yeah, so it's kind of what it feels like. It's like Variety Playhouse from the outside, but then as soon as you walk in, it is not Variety Playhouse. It's like Star Community Bar, and it has just as shitty of bathrooms as Star Community Bar. Actually, no, Star Community Bar had even worse bathrooms. Like the urinals didn't even have wall like separators between them, and like there was no door to the bathroom. There was no door to the bathroom. You just walk around a little like wall, and like everybody can like, if you look from an angle, people can see. So by far, Star Community Bar had the shittiest bathrooms, but I mean, like, that's kind of what you get when you go to like one of these like community bar performance areas, like Star Community Bar. But yeah, so let's see what else. Athens was very energetic. I'm gonna say this right now. So Soul Glow and Jeff Rosenstock both played, along with, I think it's Bad Operator. The mosh pit at Soul Glow in Atlanta at the Masquerade, compared to the mosh pit in Athens, there's no competition. Athens just was bigger and more hardcore and better. It's just no competition. Like all of their mosh pits were better in that entire, because at the Masquerade, Zulu played, Soul Glow played, I forget who else played. And also, like, for Belushi Speedball, when they had a mosh pit, dude, Athens just clears it. Like, Belushi Speedball's mosh pit, Soul Glow's mosh pit, and this isn't about the bands, this is about where they played, because that's what mosh pits are dependent on, is the people. So Atlanta compared to Athens, in regards to mosh pits, there's no competition. Athens just blew it out of the fucking park. Like, every fucking white kid, and I'm saying white because that's what it was. It was just white people there. Like, there was like a handful of black people there, and like the demographics in Atlanta concerts compared to Athens concerts, it was like UGA students and then like non-students, and they were just basically all white. Like, you could count on your finger how many people of color there were there. But then compared to Atlanta, there's a lot of fucking black people in those concerts, and just people of color as well. But I just say that because I'm just describing the demographics. There's nothing more besides that. But like, they were fucking going crazy. And multiple times, people were like, crowd surfing. Not just the band members, people from the crowd in general. So yeah, there's no competition there. No competition, like, at all. Soul Glow was more hardcore at the Masquerade, though. Dude, they were fucking hardcore there, dude. Holy shit. Like, the performance of theirs was. Here, they were still hardcore, but, like, I feel like it was a little bit more tame. Maybe it's because it wasn't their show, but, I mean, still, like, they were insane at the Masquerade. That shit was crazy. Here, they were still good, but, like, they were a little more tame. I'm getting ahead of myself, though. I'm talking about Soul Glow. We have to talk about Mad Operator. Bad or mad? I don't know. But they're a, like, ska punk band from New Orleans based off of what I heard that night. I liked them. They were good. They were energetic. They worked with the crowd well as well. And also, dude, the guy on the brass instrument, holy shit, dude. He was killing it. He was killing it. I forget his name. I don't know if it was Marco or something, but he was killing it. I like ska punk. I'm relatively new to it. For the most part, the first shit that I started listening to in regards to, like, kind of like this type of genre of, like, rock-ish. What was my first thing? Honestly, it was probably like Nails. I think they're like a thrash death metal band. If you guys know Nails, which I would love to see Nails. They're hardcore. They're like probably more hardcore than Soul Glow. I enjoy their music. Unsilent Death, really fucking good album. At least I think that's what it's called. Yeah, so that's kind of who got me started into this. So I'm gonna be honest, dude, I just lost my fucking train of thought. Let me check what I just said. Yeah, I was just talking about Mad Operator and just how I really enjoyed their music. So yeah, like, I'm pretty new to ska punk, kind of new to punk in general, at least like relative to all the other music I've listened to. Started listening to like bands like Nails and Soul Glow in 2022, and then like Jeff Rosenstock in 2023. So it's just been a couple years of me listening to this type of music. I mean, I enjoy it. I like their shows. And it turns out the shows that I've gone to the most are these type of shows, from Belushi Speedball to Soul Glow to Jeff Rosenstock, right? So the majority of the, like, if you were to divide them by genres, these type of shows actually that I've done on these concert reviews. So it's interesting, and I guess it's partially because, like, they're so cheap compared to other shows and tickets that I've had to pay for. But yeah, so they were really good. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to their music. I like ska punk. So yeah, that was for Mad Operator. Let me scroll down. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see. Oh, I got something that I want to talk about, which is a little political. So if you don't like that, you can just skip this part probably, or do what you want. So during the intermission between Mad Operator and Soul Glow, they started playing Kanye West. That one song that, like, the kid, he like did a parody of, like, Tomato Town. I don't even know that song because I don't really listen to Kanye like that. I've only listened to, like, Kanye since like 2017 and after, 2018 and after. So like Kitsy Ghost, Donda, Life of Pablo, Yay, all that shit. So they started playing Kanye West. I don't know the song. And like 2 weeks ago, me and Austin went to a party in Atlanta. It was a pretty big party, like 300 people or something. It was just like a Valentine's Day party. And jokingly, we were like, yo, let's go talk to girls and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, so we did that. And I'd always go up to them, I didn't know what to say. They played Kanye West, and I was like, I'll use that. And so I went up to them, and I was like, hey, do you think it is socially acceptable? This is my opening line to ask them for their number. Do you think it is socially acceptable to listen to Kanye West after he released those anti-Semitic tweets? And every single one of them, I like the fuck out of my teeth, dude, by the way, just to get their number. But anyways, every single one of them was like, no, it's absolutely not acceptable. He's a piece of shit. Like, you should not be streaming his music. I was like, yeah, I agree. I did not agree. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I think you have to separate the art from the musician, dude. Like, Kendrick has a whole song about this called Prayer. Like, it's really good. You should check it out. It's unreleased. It's not even out. But, my bad. Somebody, like, just came up to me. Anyways. Yeah. As I was saying, I can't help but feel like, you know, you gotta separate the art from the artist. I'm like, it's interesting because I'm bringing this up due to the fact that during the concert, Soul Glow said Free Palestine, which I agree 1,000,000% with. And I know probably everybody at that concert agrees 1,000,000% with. However, there was people there that was listening to Kanye West and fucking with it and vibing with it. And so, if you're pro-Palestine, that doesn't mean you're anti-Semitic. That does not at all mean you're anti-Semitic. That means you're anti-Zionist, which is a completely separate thing. So, the issue that I have with this thing is that, so you can support Palestine and not be anti-Semitic, but if I listen to Kanye West, then I'm anti-Semitic. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of leftists that, like, because all of them are, I'm a leftist. Everybody there is a leftist. Everybody at that show is a leftist. Jeff Rosenstock, probably a leftist. Soul Glow is a leftist. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, so, Free Palestine, right? I agree with it 100%. It doesn't make you anti-Semitic. It makes you anti-Zionist. Two separate things. But if I listen to Kanye West, then I'm anti-Semitic and I'm a shitty human being because I listen to the music of a guy that has said some stupid shit and has done some stupid shit as well. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just, you gotta separate the art from the artist. That's my thing. But some people are like, no, it doesn't matter. If he does something xenophobic tomorrow and like transphobic tomorrow, then like, well, you have to automatically stop listening to everything that he does. I'm like, no, you can totally listen to like everything up till that point, and that's perfectly socially acceptable because he made that in a state of mind where he wasn't like that, right? Like, I feel like it's okay to listen up until Vultures 1 and 2. And, like, I know the whole idea of, like, oh, you got to separate the art from the artist. Well, yeah, until the art literally becomes the artist, where he's having, like, anti-Semitic lines, like, keep a Jew on the staff now on Vultures. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's perfectly acceptable to listen up until, like, Vultures. And, yeah, so, I mean, that's just my opinion. This is, like, it's just interesting seeing the kind of dichotomy or, like, the variance of, like, oh, there's these, you know, they're gonna, like, bash on you for listening to Kanye West, and just seeing where everybody stands on it, because these are people that are pro-Palestinian, right? Everybody there was. There's no question about it. But, yeah, that was just a little thing that I wanted to bring up. It's interesting. It's an interesting viewpoint and analysis that I think needed to be brought up, because I don't know, it's like, where the fuck is everybody's threshold, you know what I mean? But yeah, so this dragged on a little bit longer than I thought it would. This is not just a Jeff Rosenstock review, this is an entire concert review, from the Kanye West at the concert, Athens as a whole, the drive there, the entire experience. Man Operator, Soul Glow, Jeff Rosenstock. Anyways, Soul Glow now. Yeah, so they open with If I Speak, Shut the Fuck Up. Great song. They need to come out with a new album though. You know, they have, I don't think they've released an album since 2022. Diaspora Problems, great album. But yeah, I need more music from them. And yeah, they were really good. They opened up with that song. I think they did Thumbsucker, John L, Triponomics, Gold Chain Punk. As always, Soul Glow's hard as fuck. Second time seeing them. They were, as I said, they were more hardcore at the Masquerade, I think, but they were still here. They were still good here. Yeah, and so that's basically all Soul Glow, really fast. So I think Jeff Rosenstock. Now we're going on to Jeff Rosenstock. Jeff Rosenstock's fans are the fans. Jeff Rosenstock's concert is the concert where I've seen the fans know the lyrics the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of hard, Soul Glow, for the fans to know the lyrics, because like it's difficult, one, to keep up with the pace, the speed that he's rapping at sometimes, and also it's kind of difficult to understand. You really have to get the lyrics in your face and read them and memorize them. But you know, Jeff Rosenstock's a little bit more has a bit more clarity in the way that, you know, he shows his lyrics and sings. But yeah, his fans knew like all of the fucking words, dude. Like it felt like it was an entire chant the whole time. So yeah, props to them, dude. Out of all the concerts that I've been to, yeah. So Jeff Rosenstock, some of the sets or songs that he played with, Will You Still You? Great song, love it, amazing opener off of HELLMODE. Head transitioned right into it really well. I got a notification. Oh, okay. Yeah, Liked You Better. I really like that song as well. Doubt, Heal Mode, one of my favorites off of HELLMODE. It's so good, dude. God, that song is like, I was listening to it so much October 2023. Holy shit, dude. That was the song for October for me. Yeah. Let's see. I Wanna Be Wrong. Festival Song. Dude, Festival Song is like one of his greatest songs. Festival Song at the concert was crazy. It was crazy, dude. Oh, it's so good. And Nausea, one of my favorite songs. Nausea is so good. It's so fucking good. Fuck, what is it called? God, I'm terrible with this. It's Nausea. The album that Nausea's off is an album I also really like. Leading up to this Jeff Rosenstock concert, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't do my homework as much. I only heard HELLMODE. I haven't been listening to it for a while now. And then like again, October-ish, you know, concert tickets were like, you know, announced or something, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta go. So I bought my tickets and I started to do my homework a little bit. I listened to, it's not Why Worry, it's the other song. It's like the other album. It has like a car on it, like a car with a fucked up rear bumper on it, and like a house. I think it's like So Cool, maybe. But yeah, I really like that album. A lot of songs I like that album. A lot of songs off of that album I like. Sorry, my brain's going really fast. And yeah, so I didn't do my homework as much. I only heard like one other album from Jeff Rosenstock besides HELLMODE, which I thought would be fine, because typically when you go to a concert and it was advertised as HELLMODE, you know, the HELLMODE tour, so it was like, okay, HELLMODE's gonna be the focus of it, and then there's gonna be like 5 other songs from, you know, previous albums, 8 other songs, something like that. That was not the case. I did have to leave early because, again, I had an hour-and-a-half drive back home. And yeah, I had an hour-and-a-half drive back home. I had an 8 a.m. class. I ended up just not going to it because I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to have 5 hours of sleep. I'm just not going to get anything done tomorrow. I'm going to be so brain fogged. It's going to be not good. Might as well just fucking, you know, skip that class and just actually get good sleep so that I can actually, you know, be present when I have to do shit tomorrow. So yeah, I dipped early. I left at around like 11:15, 11:30ish, and so like at 11 he go, or 11:15, 11:10, something like that. He goes, yeah, we still have 8 more songs. And I'm like, what? 8 more? He's like 10 songs in already. 8 songs in. I'm like, bro, you got 8 more? Dude, it's 11. I gotta go. So I stay for like 15 more minutes. And then he's like, 6 more. I'm like, okay, dude. I really, really would like to stay the entire time. I can't do it. So I had to dip early. But I mean, I got the overall vibe. I don't have to be there for every single song. I got the experience. And low-key, I ain't gonna lie, me staying there would probably hurt my review more because, like, for the songs that I'm there, I don't know them as much. So it's like, when I know the songs, it's really fun. When I don't know the songs, I'm kind of just nodding my head along and bumping along. But yeah, so I dipped early, but I got the overall vibe. And now it's time for the, you know, the review part, like the actual score. So I'm just go ahead and say it. I'm gonna give this a 6.5 out of 10. It's not quite a 7, but it's not a 6 either. It's a 6.5 right in the middle. Reason being is because I think Soul Glow was good, right? They're hardcore as usual. Mad Operator, good. They were good. Jeff Rosenstock was good, especially when he played the songs off of HELLMODE, which is what I came into this concert expecting. Typically in a concert, they, you know, every time an artist releases an album, you know, like, I'm going on tour, my tour is themed for this album, which is the album they just released. For example, Kendrick, his GNX tour, he had a Mr. Morale tour, you know, things like that. So yeah, like, typically, you know, they theme their tour around an album. Jeff Rosenstock did this as well. He announced the HELLMODE tour. I'm like, cool. I've been listening to HELLMODE for like a year now. This is great. I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna know, like, you know, every song. I go there again. He played like 20 songs. Only like 8 of them were HELLMODE. And I'm not necessarily complaining that he gave us a lot because, you know, more value for the money that you gave. But when you go into a concert expecting something and then you get something else, that can skew your enjoyment of it a bit. So the reason why I'm giving it a 6.5, you know, instead of like a 7 or something, is purely because of the immense of handful of songs that were not on HELLMODE, and that because they weren't on HELLMODE, I didn't really prepare to listen to it and didn't enjoy it nearly as much. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5. That's not a bad score, right? Like, I enjoyed it. It was a good experience. Will I go to an Athens show again? Yes, if I'm already in Athens. If I have to drive 5 hours, low-key, I don't know about that, dude. Like, and I can't even really be complaining too much because I was talking to some people there. Like, after the intermission with Bad Operator, I went to go get some water, and I just ended up talking to this guy, and then his friend, who she was, I don't know, they met at like some, fuck, what's it called? It was like a camp thing that they did to, like, become like AED operators or some shit like that, like medical shit, like certified something. Yeah, like, he was from New Orleans and then she was from Tennessee, so they're like, you know, it was not even, I can't even complain. Like, they drove longer than me, but I drove back the same night. So I mean, like, yeah, I would go to an Athens show again, but I would never do it from, you know, Atlanta to Athens, and then especially if I have a class the next day. So yeah, that's the review. Jeff Rosenstock, 6.5, HELLMODE tour, Athens, Georgia, 40 Watt Club. That is it.